navigating Walt Disney World in Florida with children of different ages, a toddler and an 11-year-old. This is how we do it. Hello, my name is Stuart Robinson. I'm a broadcaster from Northern Ireland. Welcome to Epcot at Florida's Walt Disney World. Yes, it's the one with the big golf ball opening in 1982. It was the second theme park to open its doors out here in Central Florida. Back then as the experimental prototype community of tomorrow. It's a far cry from those days now. Of course, it's crammed really with lots of family-pleasing IP, Guardians of the Galaxy, Frozen, Moana, and even recently Ratatouille opening up in World Showcase. So a little bit different than it was back in the 80s, but it's still got that kind of classic retro Disney feel to it, with a lot of new attractions that have been bringing crowds back into Epcot again in big numbers in recent years. Of course, opportunities to enjoy world-class dining experiences in here, meet and greets, and everything else that you would expect from a Disney park. So today we're going to jump on in and we'll show you what it's like to navigate Epcot with children. Well, in terms of ease of getting into it, it's certainly a hell of a lot easier than Magic Kingdom. The car park is right outside the front entrance, and it's not a huge car park compared to Magic Kingdom, so you can actually usually walk from your car parking space, although there is the opportunity to take one of the car park trams to the front door as well. You really just need to judge that one for yourself. Now, once you get inside, the first thing you will see is Spaceship Earth. This is an indoor dark ride that takes you through the history of humanity right up through this golf ball. Now, it's a bit of a hack. I usually avoid doing this one first because it is right at the entrance. It tends to fill up really quickly. It's not hugely worth a big giant wait. You're better going off deeper into the park, exploring, and maybe wait till later on in the afternoon or evening when this one can sometimes be down to just a 5-10 minute walk on. It is worth checking out though, and don't miss it. And you'll also see over here to the right a little character spot, and you can see Eden and Maya just getting a chance right now to meet Pluto, and that line actually is pretty short. There is other meet and greet opportunities where you can meet actually 4 or 5 of the Disney characters all in pretty quick succession in the Mickey and Friends meet and greet up further into Epcot. There's also a monorail stop right at the front door. It connects to Magic Kingdom, so you can come directly between Magic Kingdom and Epcot without going back into the car if you want to do 2 parks in the one day. And the Epcot monorail actually loops around the park as well, so it's a good opportunity to see the park. Right, who did we just go and meet?
Who did we meet?
Pluto.
Where is he?
He's over there, isn't he? Meeting other people.
What did he do? High five?
Did he high five you?
And give her a big hug.
Right. So once you pass the big golf ball, you're going to see the different lands spiral off. So this way is the seas and the land, and then over this way is going to be towards World Discovery, where Guardians is, which is I guess the best ride anywhere probably in Disney World. And there's also this new Moana Journey of Water kind of walk-through attraction, which is pretty good as well. And you don't get wet, but you'll enjoy a lot of sort of watery fun. So we're on the way in to see Nemo and Friends to start things off today. Again, as I said with the Magic Kingdom video, just a slightly easier, tamer start for this one because you see this is what happens. We're already a little bit scared. As soon as anything gets dark, we get a little bit apprehensive now about what's to come. And she'll be totally fine on this, but she's just a wee bit spooked. And maybe doesn't realise that if she takes off her sunglasses, she'll be able to see better. How's that? Yeah. You don't wear your sunglasses inside, and then you can actually see a wee bit better. So it is a little bit dark in here, but it's fine. And it's just a wee ride on a shell that goes round and goes through different fish tanks and different scenes from Nemo. And one of the most impressive effects, I still think to this day, is in this ride where they have Nemo and his friends animated but swimming around inside an actual real fish tank with other fish, and I still don't know how Disney do that. That's the Disney magic, I guess, yeah.
Jellyfish! And the next one, jellyfish!
I think there's Bruce over there. Hello, Bruce.
In the big blue world,
this was the bit I was telling you about where they've got the animated characters in an actual real fish tank. You can probably see in there as well. These are the real fish from the Seas Aquarium that you can visit on the exit to this attraction. I don't overlook this actually for the kids. They'll really enjoy it just on the upper and the lower levels as well. There's access to view thousands of sea creatures, different mammals. There's a sort of an exhibition going on over here with the manatees right now. Also do Turtle Talk with Crush in here as well, where Crush actually speaks to the children one-on-one in a little theatre setting. And we might get a chance to do that later, but it's certainly worth checking out down on the ground floor in here as well. And it doesn't usually have a massive wait time. Other good thing about in here, of course, is that you're inside, and by the nature of an aquarium, it's dark and it's cool. So again, you're trying to get the kids or yourself out of that hot Florida afternoon sunshine. This is a good little place to stop off and kill an hour. Actually, light up shoes is not a bad idea, is it?
No, it's a great idea.
Isn't it?
Very old dude. Awesome. Whoa, check out all the human dudes in the human tank. Hello, dudes. Hello, what's your name?
Winnie.
Nice to meet you, lady. Are you having fun today?
Yeah.
Do me a favor, say totally.
Yeah.
So that was Turtle Talk with Crush. As you can see, it's like a 10-minute inside show where some idiot behind the screen is Crush and is interacting with the kids. They enjoyed it. It's good fun. A little bit silly for adults, but you'd wonder who has the job all day behind the screen of talking like Crush, wouldn't you?
I know.
How do you get that gig, and how do you even explain to somebody that that's your job?
What she said was, we all go through together. The first two go on, and as you're walking into the ride, you and Eden walk to the exit and stand just outside the exit. Then once our ride's over, we all come out, I take Eden, and then you are put on the next ride to save you going out and the whole way down. So basically what she is saying is, you're on the next ride, whereas if you go up and down the Lightning Lane, you could be waiting 5-6 rides. So it's quicker.
Okay, okay. So this is Child Swap at Soarin',
Do you
okay?
understand now?
So it's just the same as we normally do, but this little wristband they've given me, I've never had this before.
It's not the same. Because you're not having to re-queue.
Yeah, so that's what so it's exactly the same, apart from you don't need to exit and re-queue.
Yeah,
that's
you all
it.
go together.
Why could someone...
She was
she
I don't
couldn't say
understand
that,
how
and you didn't say...
understand.
Because you overcomplicated something that's really
She
easy.
knew, I know, we all know you didn't know.
Just
Who
like
do we
this,
think the problem is?
so the orange wristband,
Who's the problem?
all it means is you don't need to exit the ride to swap the child. You can swap the child at the door of the ride. Yeah?
Yeah. Yeah, you can.
She's not big enough to get on, but that's not the drama. The drama is if she was big enough to go on.
She wouldn't want to go
She doesn't want to go. She's happy that she's about somewhere between. She's about 2 inches too small, so she's 38 inches this year.
Just 38.
This is 40 inches, so it's one of probably only a handful of rides. There's a height limit on here at Epcot. The others being Test Track when it is open. It's currently down for refurb. Guardians of the Galaxy. No, Test Track's not open. No, it's down for refurb still. Yeah.
It's back open.
No, it's not. And what's the other one? Oh yeah, Mission Space as well has a height limit.
This is at 40 is because you sit in individual seats, so you can't hold on to her. They have to be able to hold themselves into this, don't they?
Yeah, Soarin's
Kind of
like
tips
it's a hand glider simulator, which is actually really good. Although this kind of ride system has been surpassed by the Avatar Flight of Passage ride out at Animal Kingdom, which has really moved it on to a whole new level. So this is the child swap room now at Soarin'. I've never done this before. Usually you just wait out at the main entrance and come back in again. But this little room here, they've got now right down at the point where you enter the ride. In fact, the ride's on right now in behind those doors, and they'll exit through those doors, and then we go back in, or I go back in to ride at that point. They said the whole process takes around 10 or 15 minutes, and if you're familiar with Soarin', you know that it's one of the longest walks to the ride. So this is going to save a hell of a lot of time. Remember to get the little orange, well today it's orange, maybe it changes, wristband that will allow you to go down the line with the child under 40 inches. This is Seasons at the Land. This is where we're going to get something to eat. Fun fact that everything you can buy in here is actually grown, produced and created right here in Epcot, and they sell it over these counters right here. It does mean the menu's somewhat limited and verging on the healthier. It is a little bit healthier than I would like it, to be completely honest. You can get some chocolate chip cookies, and there are some tray bakes and pastries and things like that over here. But they are all created using the produce right here. And actually over at, I'll just try to show you it here. Yeah, this little boat ride over here, Living with the Land, that takes you on a tour of pretty much backstage of this pavilion, where you can see all the greenhouses and all the work they do here behind the scenes at Epcot. So there is a fountain station over there, and it looks like it's a bit of a free-for-all, you know, one of these ones where you don't know if actually people have paid for the drinks or not. So I think you can, if you're looking to cheat the system, that's probably where a lot of people are going, because there's just refills. What do we get there? You got the pepperoni and cheese pizza roll. I got the roast beef sandwich, and you get some of these sides with it: cookies, apples, sliced apples, and apple. Disgusting baby food. You didn't like that, did you? No. Well, what did you get instead? Show everybody. Oreos and cookies. This is the little sort of backstage, behind the scenes boat ride at Epcot. And we're going to do it because the little one's been waiting there while we were doing child swap on Soarin'. So this just gives her something to keep her occupied, because after this it'll be Gardens of the Galaxy, and again that's going to be child swap, and these things can take time, you know, in the upwards of about an hour, isn't it, every time you do a child swap?
Oh,
you know? It is, isn't it? So, nice up there, and he's got a chicken in his letterbox, and the dog on the deck, and he's got swings, and he has a scarecrow, and a couple of goats over here.
Forces at work on the land, humans have had.
You think this is Moana's? Oh yeah, well that is Moana's flag, isn't it, over there?
Welcome to our living laboratory, where scientists from Epcot and the U.S. Department of Agriculture
What do you think of this?
are exploring innovative ways to produce bountiful harvests now and into the future.
Yeah, that is Moana's boat. So this gets the thumbs up all of a sudden, because it's Moana related now. So that changes everything, doesn't it? Do you think other wee boys and girls should do this ride? Would you tell them to do it? Is it good? Yeah.
These are just a few of the edible plants that have been an important source of nutrition for people living in the tropics. Many are rich in vitamins and minerals, while others are well adapted
It's a lovely waterfall, isn't it?
than ideal conditions. Some, like the water lily, thrive in wet, swampy areas and waterways. All parts of this plant, even
she loves it.
are edible.
There is a hidden Mickey right there out of a hose pipe. Did you see it?
Innovations like
Paintings.
I'm not done yet.
You can do a separate backstage
the future of agriculture.
tour
May include innovative ideas
called Behind the Scenes tour, as these people are doing here.
Plants grown
Yeah,
in this
and there's
way
Rapunzel's
use a
tower.
fraction of the space required
Right
by
there.
traditional growing methods. That saves water and increases production. The aquaponics system on your left combines hydroponics with
Well, far from being a filler ride, she actually asked, could we do that one again? and it just shows you a little bit of Disney IP magic does. I've never seen them do that before in that ride, but they'd sort of infused a little bit of princess vibe throughout. That's new. They had scenes there from Rapunzel, Tiana, and Belle, and Moana as well, and they'd sort of planted those throughout, which really held her interest.
That is horrific.
I actually like it. I think it's very.
Stop it.
No, I think it's a relaxing little calm. You could drift off, you could fall asleep, but in a good way. I actually find it sort of very therapeutic that way.
He's lost the plot.
Well,
that's old age.
no, well maybe each their own, but it doesn't bother me at all. I quite like that. What did you think of it? Did you like it?
What did you think of the ride?
The water ride? Good. And also just a reminder, by the way, if you're heading up into the land, and we've just been in there now for a couple of hours, so you can spend a lot of time in there. The only thing to let you know about, no strollers are allowed, as these people are about to find out. All strollers and prams need to be left here. I think you can take mobility scooters obviously up and so on, but yeah, no strollers allowed up in there, so keep that in mind.
See that smile, see that smile.
A little photo op with Groot outside Guardians of the Galaxy. Little water fountain area for the kids here. She has spent the last half hour there getting soaking while she was waiting for us on Guardians of the Galaxy. The line was crazy. Even Lightning Lane, it was over an hour. What happened is it looked like somebody had dropped something onto one of the tracks. There's 2 track systems inside Guardians of the Galaxy, so it doubled the length of time. There were people down on the track with torches as we were boarding, so with only one train running, everything was double, so it was a thoroughly miserable wait, but she was happy out here in the little water fountain. We aren't going to do child swap on it, even though we have asked for it, because it's still now gone from a 45-minute wait, the standby lane, to a 2-hour wait. So as a little tip though, there is a soft play, indoor cool soft play area and the exit of Mission Space, which is right beside Guardians. A lot of people don't know about that and they don't see it on the way out of the Mission Space ride. There's hardly ever anyone there, and it was something again for kids of her size. Hello, nice kids in there. Keep her busy, but she's happy enough there watching YouTube. So yeah, test track.
Not opening until late summer 2025.
Yeah, and there it is. That'll be the third version of Test Track. It's similar, I suppose, to like Cars ride, if you've ever been on that in California, only it's just one track round as opposed to 2.
And that's twice we've missed it, which is a shame.
Yeah.
Because it closed in June last year and then just hasn't reopened it.
Yeah. Okay. Right. Probably go and meet a few important people before we leave for the day. Yeah. So we've decided. I think we're going to leave Frozen and Ratatouille.
We've literally not made
We haven't been up on the world. Those are the 2. Well, actually, there's 3 rides in World Showcase. There's the one in the Mexico Pavilion, which is the Donald Duck themed water ride.
Yeah.
There's the one in the Norway one, which is Elsa Frozen. And then there's Ratatouille, which is in the France Pavilion.
Yeah.
But I think
also so much to do and see around there.
I mean, it's about a mile the whole way walk around that pavilion, and it's beautiful around World Showcase. We'll do a separate video on it next time we're here,
and
we'll do the 3 rides and the fireworks as well. But again, taking our own advice, it's just too much for today, isn't it?
You can't fit it all in either.
Even with Lightning Lane, you can't fit it all in. Although if you were here for rope drop like normal people, you maybe could, but we don't like right way into
we can't get
midday.
Up in the morning.
But even at that, regardless, it's too much. That's the point. It's too hot, it's crowded, and it's too much when you're with, particularly when you're with small children. So again, as I've said on our Magic Kingdom video, if you can, pace yourself. Don't try to fit it all in on the first day or even the first 2 visits to the theme park. If you've got those 14, 21-day tickets, come back and on your 3rd, 4th visit, squeeze in all those little things that weren't the must-dos on the first day in here. Connections Cafe right here is another good wee tip for somewhere to get out of the sun and get some sort of table service food. But even if you don't want the food, you just want to try to get out of the sun. Usually there's loads of seating in there, and if it's not completely at capacity. That's good. They've got these wee bridgeways here in between the creation shop where you can get out of the sun into the shade as well for a while. In about 20 years of coming to Epcot, I've done Figment once. And actually, at one point he looked like he's on the way in, but he's got his own little appearance here in the flower bed. And he's also on loads of the buses as well. I think he's Disney are trying to reboot Figment. So yeah, we probably only covered about 30% of this park on the video today. World Showcase is huge, and again, that's where there's all those countries of the world represented around the lagoon. I think on last count there's something like 13 or 14 different pavilions, each with their own themed restaurants and shops and indeed those rides I talked about as well. So it's worth checking out, and as I say, it'll be a separate video of how we navigate that with the kids on this channel. Here's the Mickey and Friends meet and greet spot. This is really good actually, because rather than just meeting Mickey, you will meet his friends, and it's usually 3 or 4 other friends in here, so you get a chance to sort of bang through them one after the other in quick succession, get all your photographs, and kind of just get it all done at once basically. We're just in the process of getting ready here.
Mickey likes your bow, princess, and your dress.
So today in here you're going to meet Mickey, and then you're going to move along. Goofy will be next, and Minnie is at the very end. You do them just one after the other. So Goofy is next. I'm not sure how we'll react with Goofy, because unlike the Playhouse, in real life Goofy is very, very big and tall, and maybe a little bit intimidating. Oh, and we're okay with it. We were okay with it. She met Mickey at Magic Kingdom yesterday. She's obviously just met him and Goofy again, but she's gonna love meeting Minnie. And I suppose when all's said and done, and people say 3-year-old is too young to bring to Disney World, when you see this reaction, that changes your entire thought process on that. You're gonna give Minnie a high five, Eden. High five. Yay! Bye, Minnie. Bye. Over here they've got a wee stage area where they do some performances. There's a DJ on right now, and he has quite the fan club going out here. And no doubt in a second he'll have a new dancer to join him. Mum's complaining about the DJ's choice of music.
He needs to go to the 30+ club.
Well, it can't all be Elsa and Anna, let it go 24/7.
Well, he needs a lesson.
Yeah. Now the Epcot International Flower Show is on, and that's why throughout the park at this time of year you're going to see famous Disney characters transformed by shrubberies and flowers and plants into these magnificent bits of art here. And of course every one, or most of them anyway, an opportunity for some pictures. Just over here is where Figment is, which I was telling you about earlier, which I don't think we're going to do. I don't think we've got time at this point. And there's the famous upside down waterfall. We love the upside down waterfall. The journey into imagination with Figment is, I think it's one of the opening days, or certainly one of the longest rides here at Epcot. I'm not sure if it's been updated. I can honestly say I've not been on this for about 10 or 15 years. So I'm not sure if there's anything new. I don't imagine there will be, but it's in bad need of probably a makeover at this point. All I seem to remember of this was the annoying song, which got stuck in my head for the rest of the day. So it's maybe like an Epcot version of Toy Story in that regards anyway.
Durante su estadía en nuestros laboratorios sensoriales,
Nobody's done this one before. It's been here for a long time, and it's not my go-to. I think it's only it's been the second time ever I've been on this. Do I like it?
Please read line 3 and
So far, so good.
See things differently. Sure, you can see with
all creation right at the start.
Nothing has changed in here for over 20 years.
See if you used your imagination. Follow the bouncing figment. One spark of light can light your fancy.
So that was Figment, Journey into Imagination. You leave via the Imagination Institute, so just some gizmos and gadgets for the kids to muck around in. What did you think of that? Huh? You're having better time than them.
I didn't think it was as bad as what
Yeah.
you let
You know,
on.
to be fair, the thing is, when you're on with children, you see things differently. You see it through their eyes. And the first and only time I did that before wasn't with any kids. So,
With David McCallum. Two big kids actually.
so that maybe changes things a little bit better, because actually she really enjoyed that. And to be fair, as a filler ride, it's probably up there. It was nowhere near as bad as I remember it being, and it's not because it has been updated or changed in any way. In fact, it definitely hasn't, and if anything, it's still that annoying Imagination song in here going around my head. If you need to use the toilet when you get to a certain age, toilet is a very important part of your theme park day, or if you have young kids, which is of course is my case and not the old age thing at all. But you want toilets that are quick, clean and convenient, and don't have loads of people climbing over each other. The amount of times you see the ladies' toilets with the lines out the door. Right here, just beside Figment, is a little hidden toilet around the side of that attraction, in plain sight of all the main attractions, but people do tend to miss this one. And it's always my advice that if you can suss out the least popular places and use the toilets closest by. In the new lands such as Star Wars Land, Toy Story Land, even Fantasyland in the Magic Kingdom, anything where there's a little bit of a buzz around at the moment, the Paris Pavilion where Ratatouille is, the Norway Pavilion out here at Epcot, those toilets are always going to be really busy, have long lines out the door. So my advice again, if you're really busting, you want if you need to do a little number 2, or you just want to make sure there's no one else around, or no long lines to contend with, just look up those toilets that are around the less popular attractions. You're not going to find anybody there. Look, right? This is in the middle of the theme park during the day. There is no one, hardly anyone around here. So that's a little pro tip. Keep that one to yourself though, because I don't want a load of people hogging up all the quiet toilet spots. Here's a little pop-up attraction. It's not going to be in Epcot all the time. The kids will love this. It's part of the Flower and Garden Festival. This is Butterfly Landing, and they've got a little walk through butterfly house right here. I've always loved these little jumping fountains here, and this is the back side of the upside down waterfall right there. Right, come on, we're going to go and see Moana's Way of Water, which is the newest sort of walk through here. It's not a ride or anything, but it is popular obviously with it being Moana, so a little bit of watery fun for the kids just ahead. Okay, Moana's Journey of Water. We're going to go and have a look at that. Just right over here, by the way, under this little canopy, scheduled times through the day. There's a Moana meet and greet over there. You can see the whatever the times are will be advertised on this sign right here. Right, let me take you in. Have a little look at the newest attraction at Epcot. They were building this for ages, and they came under a bit of fire actually for how long it took them to knock this up for all it actually is. Last year, Aiden, who was 2 then, wasn't too fond of this. She didn't like getting wet, so we'll see how she goes today. These are the strings of water here, and touching these will play different chords. So you can control the water with the movement of your arms here, and if you fire up your arms quick enough, the water should pop out of the fountain simultaneously. I'll try it. Look. Look how high it's going. That's quite clever. Now the water's running the whole way down my sleeve. Now here's the dry path. This was a big deal last year, you remember, because we didn't want to walk through here in case we got wet. Now you don't, it cuts off just in time. Now that's not to say you'll not get a few drops on you. Go ahead. If you move slowly, the waterfall might open for you. There you go, right. My turn, right? There we go. Go slowly. Yay. Right, can I go now? See, I can't afford to get wet because I have an expensive camera. So we're braver this year with that, aren't we? Because last year she screamed at the prospect of getting soaking, and there's the dry option here if you don't want to get any drops of rain on you at all. There's also a toilet within here as well that you can go off down this little path to the side. In total, it only takes about 10 minutes to walk through, if even. So it's not like it's a labyrinth or anything. It's a pretty nice little tranquil experience, this. There are fountains here where the kids can get absolutely soaking wet if they want to. Well, more a case of if you're happy to let them. I would absolutely recommend you try this experience at night time as well. They light this up really beautiful with really dimly lit, beautiful colours threaded right throughout this place. And I would say, yeah, do it while it's daylight and you can see it all, but at night time also do it because it feels entirely different. So it's one of these ones where you should definitely do nighttime and daytime for two different, totally different experiences.
Do it up here. It's wet. It's disappointing.
Why?
The whole way around there and no Moana.
No. Well, you meet her outside, sure. She can't be two places at once.
Surely there should be a Moana statue or something.
And that's our day wrapped up at Epcot. Thanks for coming along with us on the ride today. And I hope some of the information, little tips and hints has been useful along the way. We're now in the parking lot. It's time to retrieve the car. We've actually walked back rather than the tram. Dory is very walkable. That's where we're parked here, Dory 403. And actually most of the parking within Epcot is walkable. It's the Magic Kingdom. You'll probably want to go and avail of that tram. As for how we handled the day with the kids, yeah, I mean, it was fine. We just didn't get to see as much as we wanted to. Again, it's the classic kind of over ambition. There's also another entrance into Epcot. It's one of the, I think it's the only theme park with two entrances, and you can come in off the Skyliner, which is that new overhead transportation system Disney now have that comes basically in the back gate at World Showcase. So we'll maybe do that next time. You have the key. I hope you have the key, otherwise we're in big trouble. Yeah? Do you have the key? Yeah. What did we think of Epcot? We loved it. What was your favourite thing about Epcot? Tell everybody on YouTube.
I like a white.
What did you like? Who did you like seeing?
I like seeing Ariel.
Ariel?
Ariel wasn't in it.
Yeah.
Hold on. What about
There you go. She loved seeing something that we didn't even see today. There was the meet and greet, was it? The Mickey and the Minnie.
Who did you like?
I like my
Right. So just stay clear of the boot here because we're going to open the boot.
Lead in over here, please.
Okay, just watch out, watch out, watch out. There you go. That's exactly what I said to do. And then she called her over. But I'm glad we got that on film. There we go. So now you can see what we're dealing with. And I'm not deleting
You
it.
are.
I think that's a good time to leave the video. We're doing a whole Disney series. You can like and subscribe
Because he'll be in under the car.
to this channel for more. And yes, as I said before, pace yourself. People begin to get tetchy after a few hours in the Florida heat, taking it all in. So you don't want to overdo it. If you've got more time, to see the things and do the things you want to do, take the opportunity to come back on another occasion and do those. Okay, we'll see you next time. Like and subscribe for more.